Hey everyone, welcome back to another Tic Tac Taiko. Today, I'm going to show you some stretching that I really like to do. For today's video, I have 10 different stretches. We'll cover from the shoulder all the way down to the fingertips. And I just picked a bunch at random. Other videos may have other stretches that cover the same area. But before I get to the stretching, this. All stretches on Tic Tac Taiko are for demonstration purposes only. If you feel any discomfort during a stretch, gently stop. If you feel any pain during a stretch, stop immediately. My body is accustomed to the stretches that I do, and my flexibility is not your flexibility. Please proceed with caution. Alright, two things. First, I might forget to do both sides, so you can assume if I only do one side, you should be doing both. Second is make sure that you're doing some deliberate breathing in and out. I mean, you have to breathe in and out. That's how we function as human beings. What I mean is make it deliberate in and deliberate out. Deep breaths. You don't want to hold the breath in and then kind of release and keep some tension in that stretch. You want to breathe in deep and then breathe out deep. Okay, so first stretch is something I know a lot of you already do, and that's pulling the arm across. There's two ways that you can do this. So the first way that I like is elbow to elbow, kind of using surface tension, and I'm both pulling my arm across and pulling the other elbow in and down. So it feels like a sinking or dropping. This is really good to prevent the shoulder from staying up, because when I stretch this way, I'm actually kind of getting tight. In this way, I just feel like I can hold it here for a long time. Notice how my hand on the other end is very relaxed. I don't need to keep it extended. There's tension that I don't need. Let it drop, let it hang, doesn't matter. The alternative way of doing this drill, instead of coming under, is to come over and pull across this way. Personally, I like coming across and down from underneath. The second stretch that we're going to do on the shoulders is, most of you are crossing your arms every now and then right across your chest. So instead of having one hand on top, you want both of them underneath, kind of near the elbows. You're going to pick one side, you're going to drop that elbow, and you're going to lift the other one, pivoting, while the hand under the elbow is continuing to push. To help stability, I will put the other side against my body, keeping it like a pivot point. And if I feel like I want more of a stretch, this is hard sometimes, I'll turn the palm around and push. But be careful, because the difference between this and this can be significant, and you don't want to wrench something in your shoulder or upper back. Okay, and again, make sure you do both sides of this. This one I do a lot. Okay, moving on. Another stretch that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with is arm extended, palm up, fingers down, and pulling in. All right, this will get you a nice wrist, forearm stretch. Make sure you breathe. Even as I do this, I'm forgetting. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, the other way, which is palm down, I have two variations. One is to push against the palm of the hand, which basically is making force going towards the elbow in a straight line. The second way is where I feel like I'm cradling and I'm rotating, creating a circular motion in and up. Okay? So one is the palm of the hand going towards the elbow, and one is cradling, where the fingers are rolling up towards the elbow still, but in a circular motion. And again, be careful with these, especially if they're new. Even a slight adjustment could cause a twang of pain, and you don't even want to get to that point. And just for my own sake, I'm going to do these quickly. Okay, I feel more even now. On to two of my favorite stretches, some wrist twists. First one is outward. So you have your palm up, doesn't matter which hand, let's do my left hand. So I'm going to take the other hand, thumb on the bottom, and grab around the thumb, and I'm going to twist so that I'm kind of going towards my outside. Now, variations on this, but first, Notice the angle of my hand, my arm when I start. Right now, it's kind of a 45. It's a neutral position. As you change the position of your arm, you can change the severity of the stretch. So from here, I can twist, and this will give me a stretch. Or I can start to lower my arm, and I'll feel the stretch there. Or I can keep my hand stationary and extend my arm, and I'll feel a stretch there. So you can experiment with where and how you do this stretch. Other option, going the other way. So in this case, I'm going to put my thumb down as if I'm saying, boo, I don't like this stretch. Okay, thumb down. I'm going to come across on the top with the other hand, thumb on the palm, fingers on the back of the hand, and I'm going to twist up. So now the thumb is coming upwards. Now notice I'm starting in this case with the arm straight, because for here, if I start to bend the elbow, I'll get a stretch without having to do the twist. But again, with this and like all the other wrist stretches, if you want to experiment with where your arm is placed and where your elbow is, you'll feel different intensities. And then make sure the other side gets a good twist as well. There we go. Finally, on to some finger fun. This first one is more of a warm-up than a stretch. I call it cascading. So I'm imagining that I've got my hand, my fingers on like a pipe, something round, circular. And I'm going to essentially move my fingers back and forth. So I go index, middle, ring, pinky, and then across pinky, ring, middle, index. So I'm over and down. What I'm not doing is coming around and trying to touch my wrist. I'm trying to collapse so that there's a stack on one side and a stack on the other. And I just kind of do these rapidly and lightly. I can feel the tension in my other hand for no reason while I'm doing this. So I'm going to let the other hand stretch as well. And you can do whatever you want with this. You can same direction, opposite direction, alternate. This is good just to get the fingers a little warmed up. Moving on to the stretches. We'll start with the praying hands. Push one side or the other. And what I'm doing here, it's hard to see, I don't know if I can keep it, is that my hand is slightly arced so that I'm pushing, almost pushing the fingertips down while I'm pressing the palm at the same time. And this does stretch the wrist as well as the fingers. Thumbs stay together, but nothing, I think, too unusual or exotic. And then the other and final stretch for today is going from here, moving one side down or one side up, and making sure you keep all the fingers corralled, stretch just the fingers. You can move the wrist, although I find this one's harder to do angle-wise. I feel like I'm trying to do a wrist lock on myself. So I tend to either just do the fingers, or if I want, I can lift the elbow up, which essentially gives the same feeling as this stretch. Maybe not as much. But for just the fingers, this one is good enough. Now, before I go, I want to acknowledge that I know some viewers are not going to be interested in stretching videos, especially not a series of them. But if even just a few of my viewers find a stretch here and there that they find useful, that lets them play faster or longer or reduces the amount of stress on their body, then I'm happy. My job is done. Remember, this channel is about a lot of things, all related to Taiko. About making a better Taiko player out of you, about helping you understand what Taiko is all about and can be all about. So, if you liked this video, if you found some stretches that you found useful, let me know with a thumbs up. If you have comments, ideas, suggestions, email me, Facebook, comment section below, you know how to find me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and you'll stay up to date on all my updates. So until next time, keep on stretching and be well.